Rajah's quest, the tiger who saved the jungle. In the vast, lush jungles of India, where the sunlight dappled through towering trees and the air was filled with the songs of birds, lived a magnificent tiger named Rajah. With his orange coat striped in black and his golden eyes gleaming with wisdom, Rajah was the guardian of the jungle. He had roamed the jungles for years, swift and strong, known for his bravery and his gentle heart. The animals of the jungle admired him for always being there when they needed him. One quiet morning, as Rajah lay resting near the banks of the cool river, he noticed a flurry of movement in the bushes. It was Chiku, a playful monkey, swinging from tree to tree in a panic. Rajah sat up, his tail flicking with curiosity. "Chiku, what's wrong?" Rajah asked in his deep, calm voice. Chiku landed beside him, his eyes wide with fear. "Rajah, there's trouble in the jungle. The river is drying up, and if it stops flowing, the whole jungle will be in danger. The animals won't have water, and the plants will wither away." Rajah's heart tightened with concern. The river was the lifeblood of the jungle, providing water to every creature, big and small. Without it, the jungle would fall into chaos. "I've never seen the river run dry before," Rajah murmured, standing to his full height. "Something must be blocking it. I'll go find out what's happening." "Don't worry, Chiku. We will save the jungle." Chiku hopped onto a nearby branch. "I'll tell the others, Rajah. Be careful." With a nod, Rajah set off on his journey. His powerful paws padded silently through the dense jungle, his ears twitching to catch every sound. He passed by herds of elephants, grazing deer, and colorful birds, all of them watching him with hopeful eyes. They knew that if anyone could solve the mystery of the river, it was Rajah. As he followed the river upstream, the jungle around him grew darker and quieter. The trees became twisted, and the ground was dry and cracked. Rajah's nose twitched as he caught the scent of something unfamiliar, something unnatural. Suddenly, the ground beneath him began to tremble, and Rajah heard a low rumble coming from further ahead. He crouched low and crept forward until he reached the source of the sound. There, blocking the flow of the river, was a massive wall of rocks and fallen trees. It looked as though a landslide had occurred, cutting off the water from the rest of the jungle. Rajah growled softly. "This is why the river has dried up." But as Rajah examined the blockage, he noticed something even more troubling. Between the rocks and trees, he saw the glint of silver, something man-made. A group of hunters had set up a camp nearby, their tools and traps scattered across the riverbank. They had caused the landslide and were planning to capture the animals of the jungle. Rajah's heart pounded with anger, but he knew he had to stay calm. The hunters were dangerous, and he couldn't risk confronting them head-on. Instead, he needed a plan, a clever one. As Rajah thought, he heard a soft rustling in the bushes behind him. He turned to see Kali, a small, timid deer, peeking out nervously. "Rajah," Kali whispered, her voice shaking. "I followed you because I wanted to help. The jungle needs you, but you don't have to do this alone." Rajah smiled kindly at the little deer. "Thank you, Kali. I could use your help. We're going to need to be smart to stop the hunters and clear the river." Together, Rajah and Kali devised a plan. Rajah would use his strength and speed to distract the hunters, while Kali, being light on her feet, would sneak around and push away the smaller rocks and branches blocking the river. They would work together just like the animals of the jungle always did. With a determined glint in his eyes, Rajah gave the signal. He dashed out of the bushes, his powerful roar echoing through the trees. The hunters looked up in shock as the enormous tiger charged toward them. They stumbled over their traps, trying to run, but Rajah was too fast. He weaved through the trees, leading them away from their camp, giving Kali time to do her part. While the hunters were distracted, Kali crept quietly to the river's edge. Using her nimble legs, she nudged the smaller rocks aside, allowing the water to trickle through. Little by little, the river began to flow again. Rajah kept the hunters distracted until he heard the sound of rushing water. With a mighty leap, he bounded over the rocks and back to the riverbank. The hunters, realizing they had been outsmarted, fled into the jungle, leaving their camp behind. When Rajah returned to the river, he saw the water flowing freely once more. The blockage was gone, and the jungle's lifeblood had returned. "Kali, you did it," Rajah exclaimed, his golden eyes shining with pride. Kali smiled shyly. "We did it together, Rajah. The jungle is safe again." As the water flowed through the jungle, the plants and animals rejoiced. The birds sang sweet melodies, and the elephants trumpeted in celebration. Rajah and Kali stood together, watching as the jungle came back to life. "You were brave, Kali," Rajah said warmly. "I'm proud of you." Kali beamed. "I learned from the best." From that day on, Rajah was not only known as the guardian of the jungle, but also as the tiger with a heart as strong as his roar. And Kali, the once timid deer, became known for her courage and quick thinking. Together, they proved that no matter the size of the animal, when friends work together, they can overcome any obstacle. And the jungle? It thrived, as it always did, under the watchful eyes of its heroes.